Hippocrates said that all disease begin in the gut. Centuries later, we discovered that our bodies are actually home to trillions of microbes, and about 100 trillion of them are living in our gut. We have more microbes in the body than we have human cells, so in a way we are made up mostly by microbes. In today's episode, we are going to discover how the birth control pill can affect our gut microbes, and in turn, how it can affect us. Hi, and welcome back to All About Hormonal Birth Control. I'm sorry it's been a while, but here I am, back with another episode. In this series, we discuss the side effects and effects of hormonal birth control, so if this interests you, join the fun and subscribe to my channel. So in this video, we will start by talking about our gut microbes and what they do. Then we will talk about the birth control pill's effect on our gut health. And lastly, we will discuss how our gut health can affect our mental health. So let's get started. Our microbiome is a term that describes our community of bacteria and other microbes that live together in our gut and our intestines. These microbes help us digest food, produce vitamins, absorb nutrients, regulate our immune system, and they affect our mood. They need fiber in order to survive and do their job. Dietary fiber can be found in plant foods such as fruit, vegetables, and whole grains. So if we have more or less of a certain microbe, we get an imbalance. This is also called dysbiosis. Now, when we have dysbiosis, our gut microbes cannot perform the way they should. So this can lead to issues with digesting food, producing vitamins, absorbing nutrients, regulating the immune system, and it can have a negative effect on our mood. Our sex hormones, estrogen and progesterone, which are involved in regulating our menstrual cycle, also plays a role in our gut health. And I'm going to give you some examples. In our gut, we have a special group of microbes, which is in charge of regulating estrogen. This group is called the estrobolome. Dysbiosis, or an imbalance within these microbes, can cause disruption in the estrobolome, which means that these microbes will not be able to regulate estrogen the way they're supposed to, which can lead to excess estrogen in the body. Too much estrogen is associated with mental health issues such as anxiety and sleep problems, and menstrual issues such as irregular periods. An example of how progesterone can affect our gut health is heartburn during pregnancy. Now, during pregnancy, progesterone levels increases, and this can lead to heartburn, which is a symptom of acid reflux. The reason why this happens is because the gate between the stomach and the esophagus weakens, so that stomach acid pushes up into the esophagus. Now, knowing that estrogen and progesterone affect our gut health, it might seem predictable that the pill would have an impact on our gut as well. An imbalance or dysbiosis in the gut can cause inflammation, which then can lead to a condition called IBS, which is short for inflammatory bowel syndrome. Now, interestingly, research reveals that this illness is more common amongst females than males, but we don't fully know why. Studies also show that women that are on the pill have over a 30% increased risk in developing IBS. The figures show in the ones who are genetically susceptible a 24% increased risk in developing Crohn's disease and a 30% higher risk for developing ulcerative colitis. Now, hormonal birth control's effect on our mental health is a subject on its own, but it's important to mention the link between our gut and our brain. And what I mean by this is that our gut and our brain are connected. And I'm sure you already know this, and you've probably experienced this yourself. How many of you can say that when you have been stressed and anxious, you felt it in your gut? Maybe you've experienced pain, cramping, diarrhea. These are all symptoms that are closely related to stress and anxiety. Which leads me to what I want to talk about next, which is neurotransmitters. Now, neurotransmitters are the chemical signals that our nerve cells use to communicate with other cells. For example, you probably heard of dopamine, which is a neurotransmitter that promotes pleasure, or serotonin, which promotes happiness. When I was doing research for this video, I came across a fascinating TED Talk given by nutrition expert and gut-brain specialist Lisa Kilgour, and I want to share some of that information with you. So often when you have too many neurotransmitters in the brain, you also have too many neurotransmitters in the gut, which can cause cramping and diarrhea. Now, with depression, it's often the opposite. Too little neurotransmitters in the brain and also too little in the gut, which can lead to slow digestion or constipation, what she refers to as a depressed gut. So the gut and the brain literally mirror each other. As I mentioned in the beginning, we have more bacteria in the body than we have cells. It's estimated that 90% of serotonin, our happy molecule, is produced in our digestive tract. And why am I telling you all of this? Well, I do think it's important that whenever we talk about anything gut related, we also mention the mental health aspect of it, because the two are often linked. And as far as IBS is concerned, researchers are now investigating the link between IBS and psychiatric disorders such as anxiety and depression. Okay, I hope you got some value from this video. If you want to hear more about the pill's effect on nutrition, I have a separate video on this where I talk about the nutrients that are depleted by the pill. I will leave a link for that one in the description. As usual, the links to the research are in the description below. I'm also curious to learn about your experience with the pill, so feel free to share it in the comment section. Now, go eat some fruit and veggies, and I will see you soon. Cheers!